Are you putting the bag on the line? I don't care what you do. That's fine. Let's use outside of the bag. It's a foul.
All right. If guys have any problems on call, please call. 16 straight it out, okay? Applies to effect here. Still full jury. Full free switch.
Alright. Well, at least we've worked together, so. The summer, I don't get it. We just work with the guys. I wish they would. Some of the guys, especially in Cranston, because like a lot of those guys are not. But they're working with Eddie. You know what? Now I saw that, I'm going to put that in my, I've got it in my folder. So that was nice, because they gave, that came with the book, right? Yeah.
Welcome one, welcome all. We are live here at Similori Field. We're about to get started, folks. Not a lot of time for introductions. We will get to that. We have some Bulldog fast pitch softball in front of us, the undefeated Mount Hope Huskies in town, and a lefty opening up to start today's game. First pitch is upstairs. It's a ball on the rubber for the Bulldogs. It's Sophie Valentini, who is off to a tremendous start. We'll talk more about that as the game goes on. And second pitch of the day, 1-0 count, and that's going to be a called strike. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. Together we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you all your local Westerly High School sports. And that's a foul ball down the left side and out of play. Count's going to go to 1-2 on that. So, that being said, the Bulldogs hit the diamond today with a 4-1 record, a great start. This is an extremely young team, 0 seniors, 3 juniors. The rest of the team is all freshmen and all sophomores. Great future ahead. They play for the here and now right now. It's a 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a line drive right above the head of Valentini. Fortunate he didn't get struck with that, so it's a single for the leadoff hitter for Mount Hope, who actually laced that ball right up the chute there. So, talking about the Bulldogs and how young they are, Valentini is also only a sophomore who got some work last year as a freshman, who was a senior pitcher. She worked behind, but she showed her ropes and will now have that spot for 3 years. And the pitch is called a ball. Look good from up here. We'll see how it goes. So leadoff man on for Mount Hope. Nobody out. Top of the first inning here. Arnold sets on the outside corner, called strike. 1-1 pitch. As I said earlier, Mount Hope comes in today with a 6-0 unblemished league record. And that's going to be a ground ball to first base, bobbled. She recovers, grabs the out. That advances the runner to second base. Bulldogs do get the out on the fielder's choice. So they have one out with a runner on second base here. Number 12 for the Huskies steps in, a righty. Huskies got here a little bit late, so it wasn't a full warm-up. They were in a little bit of a rush. We'll see if that matters at all. It definitely didn't on the leadoff hitter, obviously. So speaking of Valentini, she deserves a big congratulations as she was voted the Athlete of the Week ending April 9th. Pitch, ground ball, third base. So they're making contact. Looks her back. Great job. Throw to first, makes it out. They're going to go to third anyway. Throw to third, and it goes off of her glove. Will she make it home? She's going to try. And the errant throw does score the run. So great job fielding at third base, holding the runner, but the aggressive base running by Mount Hope. The runner took off anyway. Errant throw will score on the error. So the Bulldogs down 1-0. There's 2 outs and nobody on. So a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts here in the top of the first inning. 2 down now, nobody on, but a run did score. That'll be an unearned run. And that first pitch is a ball. So Valentini, the sophomore for Wesley, struck out 24 batters in her first 2 victories of the season. She pitched a 3-hitter in each game and has a .50 ERA. Line drive, third base, laced. Caught by the third baseman for the Bulldogs. That was absolutely roped. Austin for the Bulldogs caught it. I have to say, every batter for Mount Hope really did get a real good piece of the ball in the top of the first inning. So if that's any indication of how well the entire lineup hits or how they're going to hit today, then Wesley better be on their toes defensively, because this team can definitely spin the bat around a little bit. So the Bulldogs have Mount Hope here. Like I said, they have a 4-1 record. They opened the season with a 7-1 victory over Portsmouth. They followed that up with a 6-0 victory versus Exeter West Greenwich. Those 2 games are how Valentini won her Athlete of the Week award, and I never even finished that. So Valentini, as I said, had a .50 ERA through the first 2 games. She also combined with 4-7 at the plate with 2 doubles and a pair of RBIs. She received 1,407 votes. So congratulations to Sophie Valentini. That's a great start. Only a sophomore, like I said. So we have 3 years ahead of Valentini on the rubber. That's going to be something special, because she's a tough nut to crack already. Mount Hope obviously is showing the top of the first why they're 6-0. They, fortunately for the Bulldogs, pretty much hit the ball at the Bulldogs every time. Warming up on the rubber for the Huskies is number 16. This production is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, Wireless Zone, Stratedia, Remy Cycles, Teddy's Toys, and Valenti Subaru. So the girls just had a nice 10-2 victory over Rogers in Newport. They have Mount Hope in town today, and we will be bringing you the Tiverton game on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. Tiverton will come to town. So the Bulldogs, this is a tough test for the Bulldogs early on in the season. I talked to Coach Leppy before the game. There's a lot of unknowns with this team. There's a lot of new players that they've never even seen at this level. So to start 4-1 is good. They're beating teams that they should beat, that they need to beat. This coaching staff always has a fundamental team, always has an aggressive base running team, and always seems to have a good pitcher. But I'll tell you what, Valentine is something special. She's only a sophomore. Generally, they develop for their senior year, and that's their gem. Well, I'll tell you what, she's going to have a few gems ahead of her. And that's really a key to whether or not this Bulldog team hangs out and makes the playoffs. They're, like I said, they're freshmen and sophomore laden, 3 juniors, no seniors. So their success, it's an up-in-the-air season. And their success is definitely going to be heavily on the shoulders of Valentini, who is only a sophomore. Stepping in the box to lead off for the Bulldogs, bottom of the first inning, trailing by 1, is Alex Storr, the shortstop, multi-sport player. First pitch ball outside. We'll go around the bend in Westerly Sports this week, what's going on and what's going off. A tough start to Westerly Sports this week. And second pitch, swing and a miss. That was up and away. Would have been ball 2. Count is 1-1. Up and in on the box. Has the ability to slash. This pitch is coming in at a pretty good rate of speed. That's strike 2. Down 1-2. And the catcher sets up away, high and away, swing and a miss. So it's a strikeout for the first batter for the Bulldogs. Nobody on, 1 out. And in for the Bulldogs steps Dina Arnold, the catcher. Also a veteran leader on this Bulldog squad. Open stance. And the pitch, breaking ball in the inside portion of the plate, called strike, 0-1. So this pitcher, number 15, getting ahead of the batters. Bulldogs come in third place in Division 2A. That was a ball outside. They've scored 26 runs, given up 17 runs, and are currently on a 2-game winning streak. And strike on the inside portion. That's a tough pitch to hit. It cuts in late. It starts out as a ball inside, cuts in on the inner portion of the plate for a strike. She's got good control of that, and even if you do make contact, it's going to be off the handles more than likely. And that's away, strike 3. So strikes out the first 2 batters. So the contact Mount Hope made hitting in the top of the first combined with what I'm seeing here pitching, they are definitely a quality squad, and the Bulldogs are going to have to lace up and strap up and leave everything on the field today to hang tight with the squad, as they have seniors and juniors, something Westerly doesn't. The pitcher, Valentini, at bat, swinging a miss upstairs on the fastball. This pitcher throws that nice inside breaking pitch. Catcher setting up on the outside portion. And that's a nice little breaking ball to the outside, swinging a miss. Westerly batters have not been able to reach that. It breaks late and out of the strike zone. A lot of movement on the pitches. Not an overpowering pitcher. Have seen the fastball, but it's placement. It's upstairs. She's got him to chase. And that's on the outside and a little bit too much. Can't frame it enough. 1-2 the count. Good eye by Valentini. Got to protect the plate. Nobody on 2 outs. Westerly down 1-0. Bottom of the first inning. Live at Similori Field, folks. And the pitch inside, foul tip off the catcher's mask. Stays alive. So this week, there's 4 new players up for Athlete of the Week, and I will let you know who those players are probably in between innings here. And popped up, out of play, stays alive, Valentini. That's that indoor breaking ball, and like I said, if they do make contact with it, it's more than likely going to be on the hands. If they get their bat head around fast enough, it's going to be a foul ball, and if they let it go, it's going to break in and be a called strike. So right now, it's a nightmare pitch already. And getting some instruction from the dugout. That may be where the pitch calls are coming from, as they communicate by numbers to the catcher. Pitcher calling their own pitch. And on the inside portion of the plate, a little bit too far inside, 2-2 the count. Good eye by Valentini with 2 strikes. Counts even at 2s. And the pitch, breaking ball away, strikes out the side here in Westerly. They showed up a little bit late, short time to warm up, but when the time came, they have come together. Mount Hope with an impressive first inning. They only have 1 run, but after one inning of play, the score, Mount Hope Huskies 1 and the Bulldogs 0. The Huskies in the top of the first pretty much laced every at-bat. They got a really good piece of the ball is what I'll say, and fortunate for the Bulldogs, more of them were directly at people than weren't. So, this week, up for Player of the Week is Ava Rayo of Charahoe. She's a senior softball player. She hit 3 home runs as Charahoe picked up the first win of the season against South Kingston. She was 3 for 3 in the game and drove in 4. She's hitting 308 in the season as James Main, Wheeler baseball freshman, 3 for 5 with a double and an RBI in 2 games. He's hitting 526, 5 RBIs. Cam Elentony, Stonington Boys Lacrosse, junior, 4 goals, 2 assists. Dean Pons Jr., Westerly baseball senior. He's the Bulldogs' ace. He struck out 12 and did not walk a batter in a complete game victory against Prout. He scattered 6 hits and allowed just 2 runs to improve to 2-0 in 13 innings this season. He has 21 strikeouts, 3 walks, and an ERA of 1.08. We've had the opportunity to cover Ponce Jr. in both of his Westerly starts, and he has been impressive. So, Valentini all set here. We're getting ready to start the top of the second inning. The Huskies hold a 1-0 lead. In on the plate is the batter. And using the outer portion of the plate, a little bit of a screwball. Catcher doesn't handle it, but the batter waved at it for a strike. Right up on the plate, I'm talking 4 inches, 6 inches off of it. Elbow over it. And on the outside portion, called strike. A late breaker, it hung on enough to catch the plate. Scouting report might say get close to the plate. And right over the middle of the plate, nice hook on that one. Strikes out the leadoff hitter here in the top of the second inning. 1 down for the Bulldogs. So 2 pitchers matching strikeouts at the moment. Last 4 hitters have struck out. And that's a foul back. Strike one. Should be out of play, and it is. Bulldogs unable to get to it. That's in that little Bermuda Triangle area. They got closer than I thought they would. Ball actually stayed closer to the field than I thought it would as well. Not a lot of real estate in foul ground here. Completely different than if you go over to the baseball field, whereas there is a lot of room outside the line. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes on the hitter, who happens to be the Mount Huskies pitcher. The Mount Hope Huskies pitcher. Not hovering over the plate quite as much as the last hitter. Set up way off the plate, Arnold. Trying to get it a chase. Not going to chase that far off. Smart decision. A good waste pitch for Valentini. 1-2 the count. Don't want to give the pitcher a good pitch to hit. Especially now with 2 strikes. And that's up and away. Not going to get her to chase. A little bit too further than she wanted. A little frustration on... Showing a little bit of frustration, I should say. Mount Hope obviously has won 6 in a row. They are 6-0. First game of the season was a non-league. And that's a foul ball off of her own face mask. She is okay. Count remains 1-2. 2-2, correction. Valentini gets the sign. At the ready, and the pitch, and that's a nice one. Frame not close enough. Full count we have here. And this production is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, Wireless Zone, and Strategia, folks. The full count pitch. And it's low, and it lets it go. So that turns into a walk. Great at bat by the Husky pitcher from number 15. So a 1 out, runner on first for the Huskies. And they're going to get a pinch runner, a sub for the pitcher. Wearing a black sweatshirt, donning no number, so number 8 steps in after getting some instruction from the coach. Huskies have 1 on with 1 out here, top of the second inning with a 1-run lead. And no steal there, gets her to look. 1-0 count. Pitch was up and in. And that's upstairs as well, 2-0 count, falling behind a little bit on the batter. Huskies batters making Valentini work a little bit. And swing and foul towards the Husky dugout. 2-1 count. Still a batter's count. Valentini wanting to throw another strike here. Bulldogs playing straight up. Beautiful, beautiful day for softball, baseball, anything outdoor. And we will be right back outdoor. We'll be at Salor Jerry Field tomorrow morning, folks, for some boys lacrosse. And that pitch is upstairs, and it's going to be another walk. So 2 walks in a row. Put 2 runners on for the Huskies. Now what you want to see. Arnold's going to walk out, try to calm down Valentini a little bit. Coach is going to let Valentini kind of work through this a little bit on her own. So, as I was saying, this production is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly, RI. Everything you need this spring for yard cleanup and home cleaning, mulch, line, fertilizer, lawn mowers, power tools, and hand tools. If they don't sell it, you don't need it. And the meeting at the mound is over. Arnold will return to her spot at catcher, and Valentini ready to go. Trying to find the strike zone, trying to find a safe spot. And that's right over the chute for a strike. Number 16 in the box for Mount Hope. 2 runners on, 1 down. Top of the second. Bulldogs looking for a ground ball. Swing and blooper towards the pitcher and third baseman. And Valentini hit in the head. Hopefully she is okay. She does make the catch for the out, but looks a bit shaken up. Third baseman and Valentini both went for it at the same time. Austin, the third baseman, is okay, and they are laughing about it, so that's a good sign. And the Bulldogs have 2 outs. Neither of the runners is able to advance. Really, that was the infield fly rule. I don't know if it got up high enough to qualify for a fly, but great effort by Valentini, diving out, and a lefty leadoff hitter in the box for the Huskies. In for a strike on the first pitch. As it's like a cutter, cuts away from the batter a little bit, if you're a lefty, that is. In on your hands on a righty. And that's a swing and a miss. Same pitch right over the middle of the plate. 0-2. Way ahead, Valentini. 2 down, runners on first and second. Bulldogs want to head to the dugout with no more blemishes on the board. And the 0-2 pitch right over the heart of the plate. Swing and a miss. That's exactly what the doctor ordered, especially after getting kneed in the face. Great job bouncing back by Valentini. I'm not sure what Arnold told her when she went to the mound, but right after that, Valentini kicked in and the Bulldogs got 2 quick outs and got out of trouble. So after 1.5 innings of play, we're heading to the bottom of the second. The Bulldogs trail by 1, and it's their turn at the dish. Around the bend in Bulldog action this week, the boys volleyball team dropped a tough one last night. They were short-handed, and they gave West Warwick everything they had. We were there live, folks, and let me tell you, the set scores were 25-22, 25-22. Bulldogs losing by only 3 points in both of those sets. And then get this, folks, the score was 34-32 in the third game. So the Bulldogs did drop all 3 games, but we're missing 3 starters and a 4th role player that's on the court all the time. And they had to move up 4 players in the process. Jesse Samo had 12 kills, 5 blocks, 15 digs. Marcus Hake finished with 12 kills, 3 assists, and 13 digs for the Bulldogs. Coach Beal said that they played phenomenally, and I agree with Coach Beal in that if the full team's there, it's going to be a different story next time they meet up. And around the bend in boys lacrosse action, they were in action on Salvador Jerry Field last night as we were in Federico Gymnasium. And we'll get back to that as the Bulldogs are ready to get started here in the bottom half of the second inning. Emma Caracciolo at bat for the Bulldogs. And a check swing, she went 0-1 count. Bulldogs still looking for the first hit as a side was struck out in the first inning. And that's a breaking ball up and away. Ball 1-1 count. Swing and a miss on that breaking ball away. That's the money pitch at the moment. Full composure on the rubber for number 15 for the Huskies. I can see a big part of the reason that they're 6-0, breaking ball low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count for Caracciolo. Plays third base often, not today. That pitch up and away. Isabella Austin, the third baseman today for the Bulldogs. And that pitch breaks away, got a piece of it and stays alive. Bulldog dugout is alive, cheering on their teammate. Full count. Getting her pitches from the dugout. And that's a breaking ball inside portion of the plate, strike 3. Starts as a ball, cuts in late, paints the inner portion of the plate. No real emotion out there on the rubber for the Husky pitcher, just kind of doing it in a workmanlike effort, getting up there and doing a job and doing a heck of a job at it. She's a tough egg to crack, tough ball to hit, let me tell you. It's coming in at a good velocity on the breaking balls as well. Swing and a miss, breaking ball away. Good control of her accuracy, certainly, as the breaking ball breaks to a point where it's really unreachable, but it does start out as a strike or starts out as a ball and breaks back door. And that's it right there. Another breaking ball, strike 2, 0-2 count. Number 1 batting for the Bulldogs, Lily Vettalino. And breaking ball away, swing and a miss, strike 3. Bulldogs having a tough time with that breaking ball all the way up and down the lineup at the moment. 5 up, 5 down for the Bulldogs, all in strikeout fashion. Only trail by 1. Third baseman Isabella Austin in. Only a couple of hits it takes to tie this ball game up. Breaking ball inside. Turned the shoulder, thought it was close, and then almost came back to be a strike. 1-0 count. This pitcher doesn't stay behind long in a count. And that's the breaking ball strike. And a pitch, strike two. You can't let it go, and they right now on the swing, and they're not making guys. Pretty much living on that pitch, just either throws it on the outside portion or the inside portion. It's easy for me to realize up here, up and away the pitch, trying to get her to chase a little bit too far away. And that pitch is up and away. Good eye for Austin. Full count. Still looking for their first base runner. Mount Hope looking to strike out the first 6 of the game, and they let it go, and it's going to be a walk. First base runner for the Bulldogs. Good eye, way to work the count. Number 12 stepping in the box for the Bulldogs, Tori Gabriel. So the Bulldogs, their first base runner here, 2 down in the bottom of the second inning, trailing only by 1. And that pitch is low, 1-0 count. Taking her time on the mound. And that pitch is low, called strike. A little bit of a different spin on that one. Wasn't the conventional breaking ball she's been throwing. Either way, it was a strike, 1-1 count. Runner on first. Swing and a miss on the outside breaking pitch. I sound like a broken record, and that's a broken record. That pitch is a breaking ball, and the Bulldogs haven't been able to put the bat on the ball yet. And that's going to be a strike, let go, and she strikes out the batter. So 6 outs in this game thus far, all have come by way of the strikeout. Bulldogs did reach base, but after 2 innings of play, Mount Hope Huskies 1 and the Westerly Bulldogs 0. Still a ball game, folks. Anybody's ball game, as the Bulldogs defense needs to step up and keep this game reachable, keep it at 1 ideally. And Valentini doing a good job on the mound. Arnold and Valentini met late in the second inning, and after that, Valentini zoned in, got out of a jam, and let's see how she does heading into the third. So back around the bend, Bulldogs baseball. Yesterday, we were there live in the morning, and we saw Michael Poole, a freshman pitcher, strike out 14 batters, and the baseball team improved to 7-0. They are unblemished this season. Poole struck out 14. He allowed 4 hits in 6 innings of play, and he got the win in the Bulldogs' 6-4 victory over Rogers. Westerly stayed atop Division 2A, improving to 7-0, 5-0 in the division. So that's extremely impressive for a freshman. He's been the closer prior to that in 3 appearances, during which he earned 1 win and 1 save. So he has 2 wins and a save on the season, having seen a lot of action. So we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, and this production is brought to you in part by Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer, located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Trade in your old phone and get up to $700 off a new phone with trade-in. And the first pitch low and away, ball 1. Switch from a current provider and get your new phone for free with trade-in. That's Wireless Zone. Count is 1-0. As that ball broke a little too far away and low, and this one's up and in. Gets past Arnold, count 2-0. Don't want to get behind these batters. I've learned that already. And that's up and in. Count goes to 3-0. So the standing as they read are Mount Hope, Prout, and then Westerly. Mount Hope 6-0, Prout 4-0, and Bulldogs 4-1. And that's a 4-pitch walk for number 2. And the Huskies are in business already with their leadoff batter on base and nobody out. So trying to home back in. And that's going to be up the middle off of the glove of Valentini. And I do believe that Storr may have had a play. Had that not hit Valentini, that's unfortunate for the Bulldogs. But that's a natural reflex. So that advances the runner and reaching safely. So there's runners on first and second and nobody out. Corners up for the Bulldogs. And the pitch is a breaking ball in the inside portion, strike 1. And that's going to be on the outer portion, called a ball. Can't get a better day than this for a softball match atop the division here, folks. That's a breaking ball. That is drove deep to right center field, and that's going to split the outfield and get all the way to the fence, and that's going to plate 2 runners, a base clearing triple. So the first 3 batters not only reach base, but 2 out of 3 score in the inning. And the Mount Hope Huskies have drawn blood here in the 3rd inning. Score is 3-0. They have a runner on 3rd and still no out. So this Husky team really can put the bat on the ball, doing a beautiful job of going with the pitch the other way down the power alley to right center. Getting some instruction from the dugout. And they're going to check 3rd to see if the runner did touch. They're going to appeal. And the umpire calls safe, so everything stands. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Mount Hope has 3 runs, Bulldogs 0. Runner on 3rd and nobody out. This team can really hit the ball. You had a feeling after that first inning that they would eventually find some holes. There's very little, if any, wind. And that ball is popped up. And it is caught. Nice play by Arnold of the Bulldogs. The veteran leader of the team gets the out, the much-needed first out of the inning. It is a tough out for any catcher to make a play on a foul ball. One of the toughest pop-ups in the game. And that hits the batter. Going to put it on first base. Runners at the corners. 1 out. That does set up a possible double play. That doesn't actually hurt the Bulldogs all that much. The Mount Hope pitcher up to bat. We have the 1 down here. And in steps the batter. A little conversation behind the plate with everybody, just having a grand old time. And the pitch breaking ball, called the ball low. Right back to the rubber she goes. She pitches at her pace, which is a quick one. Corners are up. And breaking ball inside, foul back. This production is brought to you in part by Remy's Cycles, bicycle sales and service in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Cycling accessories, clothing, safety gear, the latest in electric bike technology, stellar customer service, everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. And the delivery pitch, breaking ball away. Gets past Arnold. They're going to make a play at the plate. Valentini's late, and she dives in. I don't know if it would have been a play if she got there earlier, but she got there a little bit too late. The head first slide scores. The runner from 3rd. On the pass ball, very little room to run. Aggressive base running by the Huskies pays off, and the 4th run is plated. So now the Bulldogs have 1 down. 3 runs have scored this inning. They trail 4-0. The Huskies have a runner at 2nd. Huskies pitcher at bat, and a little bit of frustration. And Valentini's shaking her hand. Might have gotten jammed up a little bit there on contact at the plate. Hopefully not. Hasn't quite found her groove yet here, folks. And we're ready to get started here again. Bats are definitely alive for the Huskies. They came to play as they have in the first 6 games of the season, fouled straight back. Right back to the hand of Arnold, returns it to Valentini, and we're ready to go again. Like I said, Valentini is a quick pitcher, likes to pitch at a quick pace. That can work against you, though, if something's not in your groove, if there's a little hitch in the mechanics. Ground ball, 3rd baseline foul. Then the speed of that doesn't allow you to actually take a breath and maybe figure out what might feel a little bit different. But trust me, there's plenty of coaches watching every little angle of everything that know far more than me. And the kick pitch and swing and a miss. Nice at bat. So 2 straight outs for the Bulldogs. And they're going to try to end the damage here and get out of the inning and back in the dugout, see if they can do some damage themselves, as their offense has been halted thus far this game. They have gone down by way of the strikeout, all 6 outs the Bulldogs have. And a pitch, nice breaking ball inside, pop foul, and diving effort by Arnold. Great effort. Can't quite get to it. And right back at it. Dirt Dog, let me tell you. That's the toughest one on the team. Been there for a few years now. And inside, chops one, foul ball. So 2 strikes on the hitter. Nice pitch by Valentini. Changing speeds up a little bit now, I'm noticing. Causing a little bit of a problem here for the Huskies hitters. These hitters don't have much for problems. Bring the ball inside and low.
That's right.
Count is even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third. 4-0 pitch. Swinging and foul back. Again, I am the voice, folks, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. We are Westerly.live. And if it's happening in Westerly, we are your only source for Westerly sports. We will bring it to you. Doubleheader yesterday, we were across the complex for the baseball game, and Valentini's pitch lined up the middle for a hit, and that should score another run for the Huskies, and they're going to bring it home. No throw, and that's going to be 5. 5 runs across the plate for this inning for the Huskies. Good job of 2-strike hitting right up the chute. As I was saying, we brought you a doubleheader. Bulldogs baseball team advanced to 7-0. Volleyball team had a tough defeat last night out on the Salvador field. Simultaneously, the lacrosse team dropped a league game. And we will be bringing you boys lacrosse live tomorrow morning from Salvador field. Swing and a miss. Nice off-speed breaking ball upstairs. Bulldogs are a little bit frustrated out there. The score is 5-0. Haven't been able to put the bat on the ball yet, so they're going to have to wake their bats up if they want to make this a game. Foul straight back, 2 strikes. Not a lot of chatter out in the field at the moment here for the Bulldogs. As it's been quite a tough game thus far. 1-2 count. Gets a grip. Ready to go. And that pitch is low. Off of Arnold's going to steal second to throw. And it's not going to be in time. So the Huskies with another runner in scoring position. Potentially a hit away from another nick on the board. And the pitch is up and away. They make you work when they step in the box. They don't just chase. They work the count. Valentini's pitch count is obviously high with the amount of runners that reach base. A little bit of a looper up the middle, gets past Valentini, and Vettelino scoops it up, throws the first for the third out of the inning. Tough play, nice job for the Bulldogs, and they get out of the inning. That was a tough one to get a handle on in the first place, but fortunately for the Dogs, that half of the inning is over. They got to put it in their rear view, and they're going to have to wake up their bats. All right, folks, this production is brought to you in part by Strategia, website design and maintenance, social media management, search engine optimization, local company with local strategies to help your company stand out on the web. Teddy's Toys, toy store located in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue, modern toys, classic toys, board games, model buildings, stuffed animals. Valenti Subaru sales and service located at Dunn's Corners. Westerly RI, Valenti means value with over 90 years in the auto business. The Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. Service with honesty, integrity, and a smile are the cornerstones our business is built upon. Valenti Subaru. And back to the sports action, folks. We've been alive and live all week long, and that is not going to change. Like I said, tomorrow morning, lacrosse action at Salvador Field. And then Saturday morning, right back here, Similar Field, softball game as Tiverton comes to town. And the Bulldogs, will see how this game ends up. If they don't wake up their bats, it's going to be a bounce-back effort on Saturday that we're going to see. Coach is talking to Valentini as the Huskies get set by the rubber in the circle, and they scatter to their positions, and we're about ready to get started here in the bottom of the third inning. The score 5-0, and the Bulldogs up. At bat number 5, Kaylee Lamb for the Bulldogs. And check swing, I think she went, and no signal. She's safe. She did not go. Ball 1, and it's first base up agrees. 1-0 the count. That was the breaking ball away, and that's right over the shoot. Good velocity on that one. You don't see too many of those straight fastballs from number 15, but there is good velocity on it when you do. And a little bit of a spinner over the up and away. Might have been called a strike, swing and a miss. Right back to 1-2 with the count. Bulldogs have one base runner. And that is another strikeout for the Mount Hope Huskies. 7 strikeouts for the Husky pitcher. And there's only been 7 outs needed thus far in this ball game, so that's pretty efficient work. At bat number 22 for the Bulldogs, it's Ava Tenuta. And let's go strike number 1 on the breaking ball on the inside. Tenuta swing and a miss on the outside portion of the plate. A lot of different breaks on that breaking ball. It can break a lot. She has control of it. She can have a little spinner. Regardless, her placement has the Bulldogs very off pace. Let's go to the inside pitch, and it is a called strike 3. This is one impressive pitching performance. One of the most impressive that I have seen. I have to tell you, 8 outs, 8 strikeouts. I haven't seen such a thing. At bat for the Bulldogs, number 36. Alex Thor, the leadoff hitter, squares to bunt, fouls it back off the backstop. And what a job collapsing, man. All you saw was purple collapse the home plate with speed. So I don't know if the bunt would work out at the moment. You fouled back. You were trying to see if you could catch him off guard, but unable to do so with the foul. The corners are up. I'm thinking that she will swing freely. And she does, and fouls the second pitch away. Quickly down 0-2. Bulldogs a little late on the fastball here all morning. And obviously you're thinking that breaking pitch away, just how far away will it go? Setting up on the inside portion. Breaking ball stays inside, doesn't come back. Bulldog dugout, very animated. They have no quit in them for certain. Swing and a miss on the outside pitch, and that is another strikeout. Bulldogs go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. And the pitching performance for the Mount Hope Huskies pitcher is something to definitely talk about. 9 outs thus far in the ball game, all by way of strikeout. So after 3, the score: Mount Hope Huskies 5, Westerly Bulldogs 0. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you Westerly Sports. We are your only source for Westerly Sports. If it's happening in Westerly, we are bringing it to you. Well, as I said earlier, all sorts of sports went on yesterday. Volleyball went on yesterday. Baseball went on yesterday. Lacrosse went on yesterday. And we have lacrosse tomorrow. Softball Saturday. Busy week in spring sports. And the throw down by Arnold. Bulldogs are all set. Quick warm-ups, and they want to get back at it. As Valentini toes the rubber and just awaits the hitter. The coach is talking to the umpire about something that he is not pleased with that's going on. The umpires aren't going to address it, and we're going to get ready to play. Valentini's kick. And the pitch. Foul back. Strike 1. Head of the hitter 0-1. And the delivery. The pitch outside portion called strike. Nice pitch. That just dives away. Dives down and away. If she can get command of that, make things much easier for her and everyone around her. And that pitch is away, called strike 3. It goes to the ground. Arnold's going to have to throw, and does. And they don't make the reception at first. Goes off Cracciolo's glove to right field, and that's going to be a strikeout. And she reaches first. That's a pitcher's nightmare. You give up a base runner on a strikeout, always mentally challenging for certain. And a lefty in the box for the Huskies. As the leadoff batter on, up and in the pitch. 1-0 the count. So as I said earlier, delivery, and that's going to be over the plate strike. Arnold pumps looks. We will be back right here on Saturday the 23rd as Tiverton comes to town. And another called strike. 1-2 the count. Valentini ahead of the hitter. And right back up the middle, and it gets Storr. Does a great job of scooping it up and flips to second. Can't handle it on the transition. Storr does a good job of sliding and getting her body in front of it, getting a hand on it, but as she was on the ground, off balance, quick flip to second. Bulldogs unable to make the transfer. It's not going to go down as an error due to the difficulty of the play, I don't believe, but regardless, the Huskies are certainly in business with their first two runners on. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Valentini's kick and pitch. Call the ball.
1-1.
Valentini's pitch is a strike, 2-1 count. And ground ball second base. Vettelino vacuums it up and throws the first for the out. Advances the two base runners. Not much you can do about that. Didn't get there quick enough for a double play. So the Bulldogs with the first out of the inning. Runners on second and third. If you're just joining us, we are live at Similar Field, folks. Fast pitch softball. Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs in action here. Playing the top of the division, Mount Hope Huskies. Huskies come in with a 6-0 unblemished record. The Bulldogs came in third place with a 4-1 record. Fouled straight back. The only team in between is Prout, and Prout handed the Bulldogs their only loss of the season. This Mount Hope team seems like the full package, though. They can hit and they can certainly pitch. They haven't had to display their fielding ability, called strike, because the Bulldogs haven't really had too many base runners. And ground ball to Vettelino. And she vacuums it up for the second out. So the past two are ground balls to second base, both fielded cleanly and thrown to first for the out. Both didn't get there fast enough for any kind of a double play. There were runners on second and third that was not set up for a double play either. It did score a 6th run for Mount Hope, and they do have another duck on the pond at third base, as they would say. 2 down. Huskies going to try to tack on one more before they get out of this inning, and the Bulldogs obviously going to try to stop it. Valentini's pitch. Pops foul, tracked, and it is out of play. And the coach gives a batter instruction. Drop that hip, drop that elbow, bad. Pop it up. The pitch. And it's called a ball, up and in. And that's going to be a breaking ball, stays upstairs. 2-1 count. And that's driven to left field deep. We're not going to get to it. And that's going to bounce and get all the way to the fence. And they're going to throw it in, and the relay's clean to Storr. But that's a base clearing double. That brings in the run from third. And that's going to make the score 7. 2 outs and another runner in scoring position. So this inning could continue and get ugly if they continue to hit. They, as in the Huskies. Batter in the box already. Valentini on the rubber, not even giving herself a chance to take a deep breath. That's pop foul. Can Arnold get to it? And she does. takes command of it in foul territory. Nice job with the diving catch to end the inning for the Bulldogs, but not before Mount Hope posts a few more on the board, and the score after 3.5 innings of play, the Mount Hope Huskies 7 and the Bulldogs 0. We are going to take a 2-second break, folks, and I will be right back.
One, two, three, eight.
Thank you. Four. Come on, Dina, be a little spark plug up there. Let's go. Big rally here, girls. Let's go. It's time now, girls. Let's wake up. Come on, here we go now. Gotta want it. You started, Dina. You started.
Welcome back, everybody. I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa down the line behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you some fast-pitch softball. The Lady Bulldogs having a difficult time right now. They are facing the Mount Hope Huskies. Mount Hope Huskies are 6-0 coming in, folks. They are unblemished, and they're really displaying why. They're firing on all cylinders here today on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. Kids are on vacation, on spring break, and all the actions in the morning. Yesterday there was a doubleheader for us, Westerly.live, that is, as we had some baseball action, and then we had some volleyball action at night. There was lacrosse out on the main field, all sorts of sports going on. This pitcher for Mount Hope is having one heck of a game. At bat for the Bulldogs, their catcher and leader, Dina Arnold. The count is 1-1. And there's off-speed breaking ball throwing at different speeds, different breaking angles. Very, very difficult pitcher to hit, and that is obviously the case, as she has struck out. Every batter that has been and out has been via the strikeout, and there is another for the Bulldogs. When she wants to really ramp it up and throw that fastball, she can, and when you combine it with the placement of her breaking pitches, she is nearly impossible to hit, and proving to be that way this morning. And fouled off, strike one, immediately down 0-1. Bulldogs cannot get into a groove offensively, and not necessarily their fault. Again, this team is sophomore and freshman laden, 3 juniors, no seniors, and I can promise you that this Mount Hope team has a lot more seniors and juniors on it. And underneath it, popped up second base. Able to hang on with the snow cone catch for the out. And that is the first out this game that hasn't come via the strikeout. That was a pop out to second base, so that's something. And we'll see if that does anything. And in for the Bulldogs is Emma Caracciolo. Beautiful day for action here today, folks. Across the complex yesterday, the baseball team improved to 7-0. Doing a nice job. It was a tough game. Freshman Michael Poole, as I talked about earlier, he's a freshman. He got the start, struck out 14 guys and got the win. Breaking ball breaks off the outside corner. That's the pitch that really took control of this game in the first 3 innings. That breaking ball, it dives away to an unreachable area, but it starts as a strike. And looking at Caracciolo, she is on the plate, gets a good piece of it, pops it up, foul and out of play, right on our heads. But they're getting up on the plate because they want to reach that outside pitch. But the caveat to that is that makes the inside strike really hard to handle because it goes on your handles. And breaking away, turns on a ground ball shortstop. and she is unable to handle that. She muffs it. So the Bulldogs will get a base runner, and Cracchiola reaches via the E6. And a big loud cheer from the Bulldogs dugout. No quit in any of these Bulldogs teams. It's a beautiful thing to see. It was just beautiful to see last night on the volleyball court as well. Extremely short-handed Bulldog team played with grit, let me tell you. They played with everything. They outplayed the opponent. They had no substitutes. They had 2 men on the bench to help. But any sport across the platform, we see these Bulldogs, they play clean and they play hard, and that's every sport. So it's a great thing to see, and it's a great gig to have that I had to bring this action to you via Westerly.live and its owner, Shane Belanger. Takes the strike on the inside. It's number 1 at bat, Lily Vettelino. Second base has done a nice job for the Bulldogs. Almost gets hit by that pitch. It's a ball inside. She's had a couple of ground balls, a few hit to her today. Handled all of them. Swing and a miss. And that's going to end the inning for the Bulldogs. The pitcher wasn't even sure there was 3 outs. You don't often see that, but that'll do it for 4 innings of play here, folks. They're in the books from Similori Field, and the Mount Hope Huskies have 7, and the Bulldogs don't have a run yet, to their credit. Also, it must be stated that the Huskies came into today unblemished with that 6-0 record. If you're just joining us, the standings read Mount Hope, Prout, and then Westerly going into today. Westerly dropped their game to Prout 14-0. They do play Prout again this season, as they will meet them on the road on May 9th for hopefully a little bit of revenge. But the here and now is Mount Hope. And then on Saturday morning, we will bring you Tiverton will come to town. And Westerly.live will bring you all of that action Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. Valentini on the rubber, but not warming up, just kind of waiting for the Mount Hope Huskies and the umpires to get ready, and it looks like they are, and we're about ready for some action. And the pitcher steps in to hit for the Huskies. Valentini gets her grip, wind up, and pitch. And off-speed pitch, popped to third base, tracking it in the sun, and able to find it and hang on to it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bulldogs definitely needed that. Hopefully they can get a quick inning for Valentini here, who has definitely thrown a lot of pitches. The Huskies are patient hitters, but if you give them something with too much of the plate, they will swing first pitch. And spinner over the plate, fouled to the right side. Quick strike, 0-1 count. The couple pitches this inning seem like they have a little bit more pop on it than past few innings. That I have no explanation for. 1-1 the count here. 1 out. Top 5. Check swing, she held up. Tomorrow's lacrosse game is a little bit of a rivalry matchup as Charahoe will come to town. So it will, and the pitch knuckleball away. So it will be a Westerly Charahoe matchup tomorrow morning that we will be bringing you. And they definitely have a little bit of a rivalry in lacrosse. It's going to be a fun game and fun event to be at and to bring to you live. So be sure to tune in. Foul ball, so 2 strikes on the hitter. Full count. And the pitch inside, swing, foul back. Right back at it, ready to go. The step, the kick, the pitch, and it is upstairs, ball 4. See, these Huskies, they have good at bats. They make you work, that's for sure. That's what draws that pitch count up, and away. But they essentially, some of these softball pitchers that I see, they just have rubber arms. It doesn't matter. She's going to pitch again in 2 days without a doubt. Swing and a miss. Nice off-speed first pitch. When she changes speeds, they're having a hard time with it. And he gets past Arnold, and the runner will advance to second with 1 out. So another potential run in scoring position for the Huskies. 1-1 the count. And the spinner's a little bit of a break, fouled backing out. 2 strikes. And the 2-strike pitch, breaking ball away, lets it go, ball. 2-2 the count, right back to the rubber. And that is hit to center field and caught by the center fielder. Tag and throw to third, but no throw. So it does advance the runner with 2 outs. Runner on third for the Huskies. Nice job by the Bulldog center fielder. That's going to be number 22, Ava Tenuta, who catches the fly ball. So it's 8 unassisted for the second out of the inning. 2 outs, top 5, 7-0 Huskies, runner on third. And they are going to appeal to second base, see if she left early. And she did not. So we'll get to the batter now. Second time they tried to do that. Has not happened. Valentini's ready. First pitch. Upstairs ball. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Called strike, lets it go off the outside corner. 1-2 the count. 1 out, 2 outs, correction. Bulldogs want to hit back to the dugout if they can. And that's up and in, brings batter to the ground. And checks down to third base. Missile by Arnold, just a little bit late. And the pitch, breaking ball with the plate, swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning for the Bulldogs. Nice job by Valentini. Get out of the inning, no runs given up. So after 4.5 innings of play, the Huskies 7, and the Bulldogs will come to bat with 0 runs on the board up to the moment. We are Westerly.live, and this production is brought to you in part by Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Trade in your old phone and get up to $700 off a new phone with trade-in. Switch from current provider and get your new phone for free with trade-in. Remy's Cycles, bicycle sales and service in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Cycling, accessories, clothing, safety gear, the latest in electric bike technology, stellar customer service, everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. Teddy's Toys, toy store located in downtown Westerly, also at 53 Railroad Avenue. Modern toys, classic toys, board games, model building, stuffed animals. And Valenti Subaru, Subaru sales and service located at Dunn's Corners, Westerly RI. Valenti means value. With over 90 years in the auto business, the Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. Service with honesty, integrity, and a smile are the cornerstones our business is built upon. And McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly RI. Everything you need this spring for yard cleanup and home cleaning. Mulch, lime, fertilizer, lawnmowers, power tools, and hand tools. If they don't sell it, folks, you don't need it. That's McQuaid's Ace Hardware. And the Huskies get huddled up in the middle of the infield. They're looking for another 1, 2, 3 inning. The Bulldogs did reach base last inning for the first time, so they're starting to warm up to the pitcher. But one heck of a pitcher this Husky team has, and what a performance she's put on. At bat for the Bulldogs, Isabella Austin, the third baseman, takes ball 1. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning here. And takes strike 1, 1-1 count. And a pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. This is all a learning experience of this Bulldog squad. They stay excited. They never quit. And, that's the thing. This is the kind of game that you definitely expect to see at one point or another throughout the season. You got to remember, you're playing with 90% freshmen who have never played at the high school level before. Never. They just made the team. And sophomores who only have 1 year behind them under your belt. Swing and a miss with a strikeout. Another strikeout. There's so much movement and speed change by number 15 of the Huskies. Credit to her, but there's definitely nothing against this Bulldog squad. As I was saying, it's an extremely young squad, and they're seeing one heck of a pitcher on the rubber here for the Huskies. Swing and a miss, number 12, Tori Gabriel. 0-1 count, 1 out, bottom 5. So the majority of this team will be here for 3 more years, so the future of Westerly softball is extremely bright. And I've said that for a lot of these teams. Future of a lot of these Westerly sporting teams are extremely bright. It's very, very young. The girls lacrosse team's extremely young. The baseball team is a balanced squad, but set for this season. Volleyball team is balanced as well when they're all there. They're set for this season. Those two teams are keyed up and playing extremely well, despite the volleyball team being shorthanded last night. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Out number 2. And Kaylee Lamb steps in. 2 down, nobody out for the Bulldogs. And the inside strike takes it. Kind of ducks out of the way a little bit. That pitch is tough. Cuts in late. And same pitch inside. If you do make contact with it, it's going to be off the handles. It's a really tough pitch to handle. Swing and a miss. So she strikes out the side after giving up the base run in the last inning. Warmed right back up, and 1, 2, 3, the Bulldogs go down. We have 5 innings in the books, folks. And the score, Mount Hope Huskies 7 and the Westerly Bulldogs 0. We're heading to the Bulldogs back half of the 5th inning, I should say. Bulldogs, Valentini will toe the rubber again. Done a nice job on the rubber. She really has. Kind of run into a buzzsaw with this Mount Hope team. Right off the bus, the top of the first inning, they were really making some solid contact, and they've done so all game long. And that's a credit to that team. You got to remember, Valentini is only a sophomore, and the numbers she has put up this season have been absolutely ridiculous. And I do expect that to continue, but you can't expect perfection every time out of the rubber out of a sophomore. The Bulldogs have given up 17 runs this season, and they scored 26. Well, 14 out of that 17 came in 1 game. So in the other 4 games of the season, she's only given up 3 runs. They have a 7-1 victory, a 6-0 victory, and a 3-0 victory, and a 10-2 victory. All of those games are 2 runs or less in their 4 wins. So Valentini has been a force to be reckoned with. This Mount Hope team, however, is a force to be reckoned with as well. And it's good to face them early in the season. It's a good measuring stick. Little meeting with the umpires and the coaches. Not sure what they're discussing. But they are going to break their huddle, some kind of a substitution that they had to record. And in will step the lefty, number 2 for the Huskies. So we are at the top of the 6th inning. Bulldogs only have 6 other outs they can deal with here. I'm not sure of the total strikeouts for the Huskies pitcher, but it's well into double digits. I'm willing to bet 13 strikeouts, I would say. I'd have to estimate possibly 14. And guys go the other way with it. Out of play down the left field line. That was upstairs, and a good pop on that pitch. So I'm not seeing any fatigue out of Valentini, who can apparently throw a million pitches a week, and it doesn't matter. And lets the ball go outside, 2-1 count. Nice breaking ball turned on. Nice job to go with that pitch on the inside. And that's a single between the first baseman and the second baseman. Nothing the Bulldogs can do. Just a solid piece of hitting, getting that bat head around ahead of your wrists and pulling that pitch. Nice job by number 2. In steps number 5 for the Huskies with no outs and a runner on first. Follows it back, 0-1. And gets her ready, delivery and the pitch. Breaking ball away, checks first, not there. Valentini getting her signal from the dugout and steps the delivery and the pitch. Breaking ball, the plate goes the other way with it. It's going to be a foul ball. And that's going to be low and in the dirt, and going to try to go to second. And Arnold's throw goes to center field, but she's got such a missile that it got to the center fielder too quickly for the runner to advance to third. Arnold's really accurate as well, as you see when she checks the runners from at third and at first. So you got to be really careful if you're a base runner with her behind the plate. It wouldn't have mattered. The jump that the runner got would have been safe at second base regardless. But that does show the speed that the arm that she has there behind the plate. And a ground ball, line drive / ground ball up the middle. Can't do anything about it, and that's going to score the run for the Huskies from second base. So number 5 deposits it right back where it came from.